Assalamu alaikum. I'm Malik Hodge, an angel warrior of the Midwest and a messenger of the covenant. Representing the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, the self taught one, Master Suleiman, who has given us the Injil, the Gospel of Revelations, with the Injil key that gives us the understanding of the unsealed scriptures. Brothers and sisters, this presentation is titled A Dream Within a Nightmare. Before we get into our topic, we're going to begin with the Holocaust. The Holocaust. The Holocaust is what they want to call critical race theory. The Holocaust is what they want to call slavery. Slavery is minimum overhead, maximum profit. And they giving us the minimum in everything. The minimum. The minimum what it takes to literally survive or stay alive. Gave you the minimum. Gave us what they can find on the ground for free. So they fed us cow dung, which is shit. They fed us shitlings. The waste, everything that they were throwing away is what they use to give us or feed us. All the trash. What was going in the trash, what they were getting rid of. We became the trash cans, the recycle bins. We was fed from the waste. We were giving, put into shacks, basically 4 walls with a roof on it, just to keep us, just something to keep us encaged. We was put in little cages, bigger cages to keep us in them, and locked in these cages overnight. We were, some of us was kept in barns with the other animals. We were dehumanized by America. We wasn't given any human rights. We were beat unconditionally, beat to death in a lot of instances, hung. Excuse me. We were never to be released. Never. We were lynched by lynch mobs. We were skinned, peeled, opened up, and experimented on. We were human lab rats. They would take us and open us up, touching, feeling, going in, literally killing some of us, a lot of us, experimenting, then sewing us up with barbed wire, with barbed wire. Just the sickest things that they can do, they were doing it out of their nature. It was just their nature. Putting shit into our mouths and sealing our mouths or putting the covering up our mouth with this apparatus to keep our mouth closed with shit in it. You see these pictures stringing us up in all kind of ways, beating us. They had no remorse, no love, no nothing. But this, a people to do this to a people as sick, it has to be full of hate. Taking us out, hanging us for fun, for a celebration, for amusement. Making sure that their children watched as they hung us, beat us, as they mutilated us right there on the spot in front of everyone. As they yelled and cheered. They was doing these things while they preached, while they spoke the scriptures. They was burning us at the stake. Taking our babies. I'm never gonna stop thinking about how they were taking our babies, using them for bait to go hunt alligators. Using us as just to hunt us like we just animals. Take off running. Then as soon as we catch you, we're gonna shoot you down, tie you up, cut you up, use your skin, make belts, boots out of your skin, cut your hair, use your hair to fill pillows and pillowcases. Sick. Sick. Work you from sun up to sun up. Feeding you shit. The bare minimum. Minimum. Your life expectancy was 20, 25 years old. Sick and diseased up from these people. They had no remorse, no love, no nothing for you. And they want to call all the things that they done and are doing. They haven't changed not one thing. They haven't stopped. They switched, they calling it something else. They rearranged it. But the effect and the out motive and outcome is still the same. They are still prospering, still using your energy, still living off of you, still afflicting you right now. You still, the system has a set in affliction that it is totally against you. You can't prosper or move or survive in this system because everything about this system is against you. So, the Holocaust, this terror and horror that they have inflicted on us for 400 plus years, the repercussion, the the consequence that they're facing, that they're receiving, they're going to, the consequence that they can't shake, they can't get away from, the consequence that they know is breathing down their throat, their necks, the consequence that they have to deal with. So they can kind of call it critical race theory as they want, because all the evidence and all the facts and all the facts that they know and all the facts that the world know that America has terrorized and tormented the black man is in every part of their history, every part of it. They don't want to tell their children what kind of animals they are, what kind of beasts they are, how sick they are, and how they treated. They don't want their children to know how they treated the black man and woman. They don't want you to know that they filleting you, cutting you open, and hanging you, and skinning you, and throwing salt and um, into your wounds, and putting lye all in your wounds, burning you while you're already cut up and skin busted up from being whipped and flung, hung upside down by your feet, um, put in all kind of contraptions, put in pots, cooked, slow boiled in pots, put into cages, couldn't think, took your took everything from you. They don't want to tell that you weren't even allowed to read, think, nothing. Nothing. Everything that you have in your mind, they indoctrinated it into you and gave you the knowledge they wanted you to have for hundreds of years. You was never able to do or think or learn on your own. Everything you was given was they gave it to you for a specific reason, to keep you under their spell, to keep you under their control, to keep you a Negro bot, to keep you a slave. However, their time is has a approach and came. Their time is amongst them, up on them. And let's get into our topic: the horrible cost, not slavery. It is not a theory. These are facts. Topic: a dream inside of a nightmare. So, brothers and sisters, we are the true seed of Abraham. First things first. That's the fact. We're hated by many or all, misunderstood. We're not Sunnis. Sunni Islam is not for us. We are the true seed of Abraham. We are the people that were taken from their land and brought to a strange land and afflicted in this strange land. We're the ones that was stripped to nothing. And the ones given the narration, the ones that are trying to, no, that are programming and has indoctrinated your enslaved mind and have fed you for hundreds of years this interpretation that the scriptures are something of the past. However, with everything happening and reading the scriptures, not even the unsealed, the scriptures, and having any type of brain or using your mind, what would cause or why would the scientists write about the past? What would cause them to pick up a paper or anything and, and get to jot down what happened in the past. And why would the past, you can't even explain why the past would even look like that. How would that already happen in the past? You can't even put that the scriptures to the past. For one, you don't have any proof to put it with. You don't have no substance, no facts, no nothing. It's all make believe. It's all stories that they're telling, lies. And you're taking these lies from the very one, the very group of people that have been sent out to make mischief and bloodshed. The very people that have went throughout the nations, conquering, making mischief, bringing separation in everywhere they went, confusion, war, and they benefit. They are producers of war. Their whole mentality is to build items for war. They're war salesmen. That's the main thing that these people, this group of people, their admiration comes off of destruction and war. They think on how they can destroy or another method to kill. This is more powerful. This I can kill this many. This shoots 2,000 times. This one shoots 2,000 shots. This one can take down a plane. They sell war. They go in and out of countries selling war, tools of war. They make you think that you're becoming powerful as they sell you these tools of war. They have went out and deceived the world, changed the free world, and said they're giving you freedom. Did how did those that went into all has went in and caused mischief and conquered and took over and and ruled over each part of the world and affected each part of the world. You can see they colonialized, they've been um, communism by Russia, they've been colonialized by the UK or Britain. They all through Africa, they either been um, by the French. This group of people have went in and made mischief and bloodshed throughout the world, pushing their agenda, pushing this Christianity all through the world. Catholics, Catholicism, all through the world. Then they took us, stole us, kidnapped us, and brought us to America. What, how, this is the proof. This is how, this is what led up to today's time. What you can take and go to the 1619 Project and walk up to 2019. The proof of who we are is blatantly in the face of the world, but hate it and try to be eliminated and pushed up under the rug. Now, we're in this nightmare. Living a nightmare. I don't care if you was in the cities of Harlem, if you was all through New York or all through the North, you were living a nightmare. You were living in slums. The police was taking you. You was being killed, beat. You could. The same thing that was taking place in the South was taking place up north. You were being snatched off the streets, put into penitentiaries, put into jails. You had no laws, nothing there. You were getting the same treatment. You was receiving the same treatment. The same thing that was going down south. Hanging, lynching, bombing of churches, shooting, constantly just going in and shoot. Target practice, just go to homes and shoot the home up, go in and kill everybody. This was a regular thing in America. Jim Crow laws. There was no laws still at that time written to give any type of safety or justice to the black man and woman. Hundreds of years into hundreds, we were already 400 years in. Already. However, they never was going to change. They never did change. They were never doing nothing for the black man and woman. Sunnis, Sunni Islam said ain't we do not want Sunni Islam. It was never for us. The messenger didn't even allow it in our temples. You never did nothing for blacks. You didn't come over here. Sunni Islam didn't come save us. Sunni Islam didn't come speak up for us. Sunni Islam is what? Help to put us over here. There are half brothers. They sitting on our land. I'm not gonna go into the story of a bliss. Master Suleiman has done it. Excuse me. However, we're over here in America. And everything that we had in our mind was indoctrinated into us. Christianity, they had these preachers, churches all over, all up and through America, from the north to the south, all up preaching, hooping and hollering. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Pray, pray, pray. Spook God, spook this. As long as you got Jesus, you gonna be all right. Everything that they told us got you looking in the back, looking at the scriptures backwards. Everything that was given to you was given to you to keep your mind from being able to process it and to use it, to keep you at zero, to keep you in a belief matrix. Everything. So you weren't able to do anything. And if you got out of line, white America put you in line as with any type of force or any type of action they wanted to use on you. The police force was vicious animals against the black man and woman all over America. The citizens of America, the white man, did as he pleased. He wasn't taken in for murders, hangings, lynchings. There were no laws still for us. So we're living in this nightmare. In a nightmare. That same nightmare that we have been brought into and put into since we've been here. We're in this nightmare. And in the nightmare, while we're in this nightmare, Master Farad Muhammad showed up. And recognized us and said, "This are the people I'm looking for." I traveled the world looking for you. And he started bringing us up out the nightmare. So he raised up one, Elijah Muhammad. Elijah took the message and stayed the course, teaching the message that Master Farad Muhammad gave to him, teaching us that we're living out Exodus, teaching us that we're the true seed of Abraham, teaching us that we're the gods, teaching us that the white man is the Caucasian white man is the devil, giving us this understanding. And while doing that, we started to come up out, bring ourselves up out of this nightmare. While the nightmare is going, we start shaking this nightmare off and being able to stand up and look around and see the nightmare. Look at, we were able to witness or identify that we were in a nightmare and started to come up out of this nightmare with the knowledge that was being given to us. So we started raising up. We started getting away, removing ourselves from the nightmare. We stopped letting those that was controlling the nightmare speak to us. We stop letting them control our minds. We start listening to the truth of the scriptures. We started identifying ourselves as who we are. The nightmare started wearing off. So inside of the nightmare, they seen that the nightmare that they had us in that we begin to wake up and started separating ourselves, getting away from the author, the designer of this nightmare that our people were living in. The message said we got to separate from them. We got to stop eating the swine. We got to stop listening to the lies. We got to leave their knowledge alone. Leave their interpretation of the truth alone. This is what the God, Master Farad Muhammad gave me to give to you. This is what the God shared with me to share with you, that who you are, and that he's searched the globe looking for you. You're his uncle. We are his uncle. And that knowledge started to fester, causing us to come together, to stand up, to start producing for self, start teaching our children who we are, started loving ourselves, loving who we are, separated and stop being in this in crowd, or being separated ourselves from the churches and from all their theologies and their schools. We started accepting the truth that was given to us, the black man and woman, from the God. The reality that what the scripture said, that the God was going to come and bring us out. So this is the process that was bringing us out this nightmare. And so they seen us coming out the night. They seen that we were finding out the truth of who we are. They seen what we were able to produce in a small length of time. They seen the power that we had as a unit, as a people, that they seen that in a short length of time, the number of them that it is, that they can control their own destiny overnight if they unite. They seen the intelligence and the will. They seen it. They seen it all. They knew that the black man, they knew what type of power we had or have. They knew the truth had came in. They recognized the truth they self. They knew from the time. They knew from what they've done. They knew literally from the scriptures. They could see what's taking place. So, in 1948, they countered the narrative that was given to you by the messenger. And they set false Israel up in 1948. Then they begin to sell you the dream. This when they start digging in, concocting their best demons, their high-ranking demons, their black-faced children that came from 400 years of rape. Master's children, the overseers, those that they always kept over you to keep you in place, to keep selling you master's vision, master's dream, to keep you obeying master's wishes. The inside spy, the agent that you couldn't depict or place because he looked like you, walked like you, and talked like you. He sat amongst you, ate with you sometimes, laid with you sometimes, just to make sure. When Master said you got to go, they, I see, I feel something. Master, you feel right. They're plotting. Master, they gonna leave tonight. Master, they're upset. Master, giving Master all the clues. Master, just give them a little pork tonight, and they'll do good tomorrow, Master. They just need you got to just give them a little, or Master, just go out there and beat them all. I ain't giving them nothing. Beat them all, and they gonna do good anyway. Yeah. But an inside spy, an agent that's been there. Master's been using Master's children. He put them up. He made them and set them on high. He puts them in places to where if you're face down, when you look up, you see Master's children looking down at you. So you're looking up and you're trying to find a way that you can have your head up looking down or looking out instead of looking from up. And Master got his children beating you, over you, prospering, and Master is always giving him more to make you feel as if that's where you would like to be. Your politicians, your preachers, your imams, your priest, all these are Master's children pushing Master's agenda. Always whispering in your ear, giving you these religions that are out of touch with reality, keeping your mind in a belief matrix. And at the time, everything that you're receiving, they're profiting off of mathematics. They're ruling with mathematics. They don't care nothing about religion. Religion don't run the world. Religion don't run America. They let you do whatever kind of religion you want, but it doesn't run the country. It doesn't run anything. It's allowed for you to practice any way you would like to, because it's not in touch with reality or what is ruling or running the world. Sunnism is not running anything. Nothing's being controlled or ran by Sunnism. Nothing. Nothing. They can't do anything. Everything they're allowed to do It's because they pay a dear price to be where they're at now. However, they begin to sell this dream, the counter program, the counterintelligence program. When we're gonna start setting up, we're gonna let you go to our schools. We're gonna start setting up schools. The false Jews put this into motion. The NAACP, the false Jews founded and funded that program. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the SCLC, the false Jews founded it and funded it. Most of the civil rights movements, they put demons in your face. Thurgood Marshall, all these demons, Du Bois and all demons, master's children that you, oh, he went to master school, he's got master's degree. That's what a master's degree is. Master degree, the top master degree. He's got master's top degree. So they start telling you the America, they gonna sell you. You inside, you've been living in this nightmare. Now they gonna sell them a dream inside of the nightmare. So they coming out the nightmare. So we're gonna use our black-faced children to sell them a dream. Let's start selling them that they're going to be able to acquire a home. They're going to be able to acquire things like, we're going to start allowing you to move around, start letting you go and come without being killed, being hung. We're going to start letting you go into our buildings where we are. We're going to let you eat some white only pies. We're going to let you ride through our areas. We're going to start offering you, what do y'all want? And they have their blackface children as if they're speaking for us as we are separating. They are integrating. So we want to integrate with you, Massa. We want to be able to sit down at the table with you, Massa. Daddy. We want to be able to walk in your stores and give you our money. We don't want to have our own like them over there. Them ones that want separations. The ones that believe, that know who they are. No, Master. We don't want that. We want Jesus. We want the same Jesus Master's been giving us. We want to sing the song. We want to stay elbow to elbow with Master. We don't want separation. So we want the American dream. We want to have big houses. We want to ride big cars. We want to be able to go to the beach. We want to have big parties. Master, we just want what you got. We want to. So, okay, Master, we got to give them some part of this dream. We got to sell them the dream to keep them participating in this nightmare that they really in. Because those that the messenger, those that the God has came and begin to wake up, can see that they're in this nightmare, and they have the knowledge that will bring them out of this nightmare. They can see who they are. Not only can they see, now we know, and others know. The world knows. You can see, we can easily feel, we know. Do you see how powerful this black man and woman is? That they are a nothing. We have been having our feet on their neck. We've been killing them, beating them, and we're still doing it. Now they're still the most powerful, influential people on the planet. The whole planet is moving to their beat, their vibe. Everything from them crosses the globe and affects the whole planet. Do you not see how powerful they are? We can't let them go. We have to keep them under our spell. We need them. We need that. We have to keep control of them, because if we don't, they're going to take us out. And we see that. It didn't take them long. They built a whole nation inside of our nation. Did you see this? So we had to build this counter program. We got to get in there. We must take that down. We've used every illegal. What is illegal? There's no laws. This would the black man and woman, you idiots, or you Negro bots, you fail to realize there's never been laws for you. So when it comes to deception and taking you down, there's nothing. There's no laws there for them to cross to keep you in their vision or in their civilization. There's nothing that they will not do, because there's no laws that they want, that they have put for you to keep them from doing whatever it takes for them to keep you in their control. There was never, that's why you was never written, laws was never written in for you. So there's really no laws that pertain to you. They will do anything. They will go to any measures. They've been killing, assassinating, killing, doing as they will. So they sell you this dream. inside of the nightmare that you're already living in. So now, Master's children got you chasing around. You got Master's best suits on. You're working for the industrial. Now they got you in the industry. You industry niggas, industry Master's children. We got jobs. Master's hired us. Y'all can't get no job. You know, y'all. They feel the penitentiaries up. You, then it's those of you. Oh, you're one of them hard neck. You're one of them stiff neck. You're one of those want to be um, separated Negroes. You can't get no job here. You know, so long as we had our own, we were growing. Then the chief demon, Legion, Louis Eugene Grounds, and the messenger's son, Wallace D. Muhammad. That was kicked out the nation at the time of the messenger's passing. So we still into it though, because this dream was being sold to you. And these agents and demons that Massa had, and he's a puppet master. He's sitting them and paying them to rise and go in here, and we pay to move up in ranks. We're sending them money up under the rug. We're stealing, we're impersonating, we're writing, we're taking letters, we're using every system that they have to use to communicate, and we're injecting separation and hate and confusion and keeping chaos and making it and building it on it and keeping them and keeping up this inner this tactic of separation, divide and conquer. And as we do that, we got our imps working diligently to gain control and keep passing the information so that we know what's taking place. We got to take down. We're at war, literally, with the Nation of Islam. We've set up false Israel. We set the Sunnis, yeah. Now they're speaking out. That's not real Islam. We never asked you to come evaluate what you call real Islam in the first place. We didn't want your Islam. We didn't have it before, prior. You haven't done anything in the neighborhoods. You haven't done nothing for the black man. You're not doing nothing for the black man. We didn't ask for your Sunnism. Sunnism is outdated. It hasn't done anything for itself. So why do we want it? Why would we? That God came and raised up one and gave us the knowledge that we needed. The knowledge for us. So Sunnis wasn't welcome in Muhammad's temples. They wasn't welcome. We wasn't teaching Sunnism. Sunnism didn't come bring us or up or bring us out our condition. It never would have. But the teachings of the supreme wisdom that was given to us by Master Farad Muhammad, and that the messenger brought us up out of this condition, giving us the roadmap in a sense to that this is who you are. This is who we are. This is your enemies. And there will be one that will come after me that will take you further. That one is with you now, so keep your eyes open. So, as we built a nation, America, and those that are against, the nations that are against the true seed of Abraham, had came into full understanding that they're waking up. We have to do something to put them back to sleep, to take that truth from them, to try to change their minds. Because did you just see what they've done in 40 years? If only they knew. If they knew, we'll be done in no time. They can take us. So the messenger was taken out because he was being attacked from the inside out. America, there was no man on the planet that was ever watched by the FBI like Elijah Muhammad. 24/7. America, the false Jews, Sunnism, nations was at war with stopping the truth, or stopping the true seed of Abraham from knowing who they are. So sell them the dream of America. At first, you was in a straight nightmare. It wasn't no American dream. You was just tiptoeing America. Now, I'm gonna sell you this dream. We're gonna take you, we ain't gonna take you out the nightmare. We're gonna sell you another dream in this nightmare that you can participate in. As we figure out how we're going to get rid of you. As we keep designing other ways to destroy you, we got to sell you a dream. We're selling you this American dream that one day you can be like us. One day, your children can do what our children do. One day, you can live next to us. One day, you maybe can be the president. But no day will you be in control or will you change anything of the fabric of this country. At no time. That's a fact. And we will figure out as we're selling you this dream how to destroy you. So that's exactly what they've achieved or meaning to achieve. So they set Louis Eugene Grounds. After Wallace came with his Sunnism, they broke the nation down. Now Sunnism is all through the penal system. Prior to Elijah Muhammad, you wasn't getting no Sunnism. But see, they give you or try to give you Sunnism to make it look like that you're receiving something. This is the way of the God. This is how God looks. This is what um, the ways of God. And because the black man is living like niggas, nothing. So they can't be the gods. Elijah Muhammad couldn't raise no gods. This is what God looked like. Scriptures we submitted to Allah. And Allah shared with you, my people, my chosen. They submitted that. He said told Abraham to go put your son on the altar. Sacrifice him for me. And Abraham did just that. My chosen, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, who I have given made my covenant with. They will be in a strange land. Know of a surety that they will be in a strange land for 400 years. And I will come and bring them out. Now, we find ourselves in the time without the messenger. Got Wallace and pulled in and tore down the nation with Lewis, the one that said he was the he identified himself as the mouthpiece of the messenger. He was the head, he was left in charge. So ask yourself, how did the one that was supposed to be left in charge find himself following somebody that was not even in standings or was kicked out, and aligned himself with him, made himself the head imam? They made this thing called the Balaamans, Sunnism, pulled it into the nation, and then had overnight, it was so many demons and spies and um um agents that were being paid and manipulated in every temple, that they were inside out tearing down the nation. Taking it down. They didn't get past the Son of Man had already came to the messenger, already came to his temple. The Son of Man, Suleiman, Joshua, or Jesus, the breaker of the seven seals. So as you looked around in the legion, the chief demon, the son of perdition, showed up. A demon, a son of masters, someone that they had intel on. You can't play this game with the devil. There's no rules in his game. He knew that's my son. And he utilized one from his loins. His daddy is a Jew, Percival Clark, a white Jew. They knew what they had. They gave him his objectives, what he was to do with the nation. He's completed every one of those objectives but self. However, the Son of Man is on the scene. The breaker of the seven seals, the messenger of the covenant. So the covenant, the Abrahamic covenant, the thing that made them move, that put the draws in a bunch and made them stir around and start countering and trying to get rid of this narrative of this Abrahamic covenant. That none of you told their children, none of you preachers, none of you ministers, none of you Catholics, no one best to talk about the Abrahamic covenant. Nobody. I don't want to hear it in a church, synagogue, nothing. Zero. Sunnis, they don't talk about no Abrahamic covenant. The Sunnis don't even talk about it. Nobody bet not talk about this Abrahamic covenant because it is a can of worms. The truth has been shared and the ears has been pricked, and it wouldn't take much. Listen, they only knew this. So the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals, he's broken the seals. He's did his studying. He understands. He has the knowledge. He's pulling the knowledge out of the scriptures. He's using math. He's taking and he's offering. He's coming back strong. The Jesus, the one that will make this covenant and bring it to reality. So he offering it, the Abrahamic covenant, back to the people, bringing the minds of the people, the gods, the true seed of Abraham and the Levites, those that were supposed to be with the messenger. He's the only one that has came back and given you the truth for free. The only one that is bringing the understanding, telling you that you're the true seed of Abraham. Is that not what the messenger shared with you? You're living out Exodus. Is that not what was shared? Is that not what you can prove? After that 400 years, I will send a plague that will kill the firstborn of Egypt. How did you get there? The world has not been 2020. 1619 project, Thomas Jefferson set it off. 2019, the 400 years. We're hated by many. Many are your enemy. No one on the planet can deny. They can, anybody, they can deny what they want. However, they can face the facts that only the black man and woman of America has been through 400 years in a land that is not theirs. The Sunnis can't accept it or take it. But it's written in the Abrahamic covenant. It's not, it's in their book as well. It's in the Quran. They know who we are. Brothers and sisters, you don't accept. They wasn't accepted by the teacher. They're not accepted by the Christ. They're the jinn. There are half brothers and our enemies that sold us out and took the land, trying to take our birthright for themselves. They're in alliance with Gog and Magog. They're in alliance with false Israel. They're in alliance with other Sunni nations that are in an alliance and an accord against the true seed of Abraham. You have been fed a dream. Your ancestors have lived in this nightmare for hundreds of years. And inside the nightmare, you've been offered a dream and you're already in a nightmare. But the dream has been formulated and made to look like it's real, and it's illusion that the devil has used his children to pull you into the vision that they made for themselves, the dream, the American dream that they have built for themselves. This is their reality. This is their civilization, their world. The truth is, because of you, because of what Allah has shared for you, and Allah has promised you, the covenant that He has made with Abraham for you, and the messenger of the covenant, the Christ, the Joshua, the Jesus, the Son of Man that has came and offered you the Abrahamic covenant, the Abrahamic covenant, to bring it in fulfillment, to bring in this vision, to give you the understanding of what's taking place, what's bringing a change to this world, what this world and what Egypt is being judged, and for the consequences that Egypt will face for what they done to Abraham's people, choose seed, God's chosen people. I will bring them out with great substance, and I will judge that nation whom they served. I will judge them. I'm going to take their civilization out. Their world, this world of the Satan's world. This one that have went throughout the world and deceived the whole world. Brothers and sisters, we're at the point of the abomination of desolation. These nations shake in their boots for fear. We are an existential threat to them. They know who we are. However, you must know who you are. You must have the understanding of who you are. You must know who you are to get out of here. You have to have the knowledge of self. The knowledge of math. You got to understand. You got to be able to think. No one wants followers. This is a culling process. Only the strong will survive. Our people will lose their lives for the lack of knowledge. And these demons that are floating around you, it's 17 million of them. It's 17 million original blacks. The demons is all around you. Masses, see, they love Massa. They have the same nature as Massa. They want what Massa wants. They don't have the same nature as you. You looking up to them, they're trying to destroy you. Nations are out to destroy you. The abomination of desolation, this shock of the hour, this pivotal point in time, this JCPOA, that the unsealed scriptures gives us the understanding of, the knowledge of. The JCPOA, the that Iran and Syria, Master Farad Muhammad, the Shia Muslims is Master Farad Muhammad's um, rod of iron. Master Farad Muhammad's angels. And they're not going to go back up under the JCPOA. That's what scriptures, that's what's stated through the unsealed scriptures. So we're at this pivotal time that this war will break out in the Middle East. America will go to war in the Middle East. False Israel will go to war in the Middle East. The House of Saud will be at war in the Middle East. And these 6 other nations, Britain and False Israel, and these other Sunni nations, they will go to war with Michael and his angels. And Michael and his angels, Master Farad Muhammad, Iran and Syria, will be the victor. They will take down the dragon and his angels, the House of Saud, Britain and America, False Israel, and those other 6 nations that made this alliance with Satan and the devil. That's in line with the dragon. All of them will receive, they all will be the false, the House of Saud will be kicked off the land. America and Britain will be kicked out the Middle East. Those other 6 nations will be will be, they will get exactly what the rest of these are getting. I don't know exactly. Destroyed. And false Israel will be sieged, and then destroyed. That's going to be the shock of the hour. These nations all know that they are coming against the true seed of Abraham. They're coming against Allah and his chosen people. They're coming because they don't want Allah and his chosen people to prevail. They are coming against Allah. And knowing, they know that they're coming against the true seed of Abraham. And they will fail. And that will be the shock of the hour. The world will know after that that the black man and woman has and is got to be the true seed of Abraham. And that Allah has stood up And Allah is making his word bond. The Son of Man. The Jesus. The one that would break the seven seals. All these things are being given to you, and the time, none of these things, nothing taking place before 2020 have you ever heard of, witnessed, see it, all happening, all at the same time, all as the angel shared it was going to happen. You got 3.3 different hotspots. Middle East, what Iran and Syria. You got Russia, China, Korea. Soon when China got into it, Korea said, well, we got our we got our nukes ready for America. We ready. So whenever y'all kick it off, we ride. So it's all set up. The die is really set. The ignition is the JCPOA. The abomination of desolation, the shock of the hour. The whole world will be shocked because they're going to know who this nation, who America is, who the beast is all over the planet. Who is this beast? You're going to know for without a doubt. And who is God's chosen people? Oh, we've been afflicting and beating and kicking and spitting and killing and terrorizing God's chosen people. You know what time it is? The consequence, the judgment, it all will come down on you within 1 year's time. 400 plus years. I mean, 500 years, all in 1 year's time. With that, I'm going to bring this to a close, brothers and sisters. A nightmare. You've been living a nightmare. You've been sold a dream inside of a nightmare. And you're going, you want to come out the dream, out the nightmare, out to reality, out back into reality, into the world. Get out of that matrix, out of this terrorism. Out. Well, I'm gonna end it right there. And I'm gonna greet you in the greeting words of peace. Of Assalamu alaikum.